still is alleged. Over a year ago, we did a special on Radio Free Sarawak. My guest on that program was Claire Newcastle, one of the founders of Radio Free Sarawak. I did point the question of jamming to her.
They're not jamming in the way that one thinks of say, China Night Jam. All they're doing is putting another more powerful program out on our wavelength, which of course is highly illegal to do. And anybody who's helping them do that, any professional transmission station or professional in the business of organising radio broadcasts, is breaking rules to do that. But that's what's been going on, and these rival broadcasts have come at us from different directions over the years. I mean, as I say, we've had different waves of jamming, and we can detect them coming from different places. But that's how they're managing it. They're obviously commissioning someone who's prepared to break the law, who has found a transmission station that is prepared to break the law, who is then, broadcasting on our waveband. And, we've had all sorts of interesting sounds. We had American gospel music was played, across our program back in 2011. But in fact, I don't think it had anything to do with the US, that particular jamming.
At the time of that program, we couldn't mention anybody by name. But on many blogs, including the Media Network blog at Radio Nederland when it was around, they mentioned a Belgian shortwave broker. Now, anybody who's familiar with shortwave radio and, of course, the brokering of airtime, well, there's only one name that would come up, and that is Ludo Mace. He, of course, is Belgian, and he's the only broker in Belgium. Now, it's not the first time that his name has come up with, how would I put it, dubious clients. On August 18th, 2005, Nick Grace wrote a piece for clandestineradio.com. He said, British regulators have been powerless to act according to the representative of the British Regulatory Authority, Ofcom, who spoke with CWR on condition of anonymity. The programs were recorded in London. Radio Al Teddy's satellite feed was physically located in Paris, where jurisdiction of the nature and the content of the programming ultimately fell. To outwit British laws, the station used the services of Ludo Mace, a one-time shortwave radio enthusiast and broadcast airtime broker based in Belgium, to locate facilities outside London's jurisdiction. Mace, who did not answer a request for an interview, had done this before for another equally disturbing content provider, MIRA, that's Saeed Korean Movement for Islamic Reform in Arabic. Now, if you do a Google search, you'll find Ludo Mace's name coming up quite a few times about providing services to countries to either jam signals or very strange signals coming from sites in Russia and Lithuania that are using either the same frequency or maybe 5 kilohertz to interfere with another station. Now, this is all alleged, and I want to point that out right now. It is alleged. But Radio Free Sarawak pulled off a bit of a coup d'etat, as you might say. They tracked Mr. Ludo Mace down at a hotel in Brussels and confronted him with these allegations. And this is how he responded. Now, what I'm going to play you right now is a full, unedited version of what happened.
Mr. Ludo Mace, I run Radio Free Sarawak. I wonder if you will tell my audience why you're jamming our radio station.
We are not jamming any radio station.
Well, I'm afraid I've got some controversial evidence to be shared, which I'll be publishing from the Russian authorities acknowledging you by name. So let's deal with the reality, And to do as you're denying it, you think that it's wrong.
We are not doing any jamming of stations.
So why am I not so much evidence that you Do you think
I
jamming is
think
wrong?
you have evidence to show it, but I cannot say that it's definitely true. We are, as I have been talking with the gentleman, we are selling radio broadcast equipment to different organizations. As I said to him, for what purpose it is used. If it is used for jamming or not, that is something that we have no control over.
So you admit that you've been selling it to Malaysia and so on?
We have not been selling equipment to Malaysia.
And you've been jamming via Russia into Sarawak. We have evidence of that. And the Russians themselves are naming you. So why did you do it?
We are never jamming any radio station.
So the evidence is overwhelming. That's why Bob has come to Brussels to bring you and you know, I'd like to get your explanation because we know you're doing it. So you just do it for the money?
It's not true. It's not true.
It's completely true. So you obviously are denying it because you think it's wrong. Yeah? You think it's wrong?
I have stated to your colleague here what radio broadcast equipment can do, what is allowed to do, what is not allowed to do, which organizations are governing all of that, and all that we are doing is perfectly legal. We are not doing anything which is illegal. We are not into radio whatsoever.
Well, you hired airtime in advance to Russia to go on the same wavelength as our radio station. Can you
That's not true.
it's documented and I have massive evidence. I don't just come and talk to people when I don't have any evidence, but you can't really deny it. I mean, you know, we're talking about a vulnerable community in the jungle who have a right, a human right, to freedom of information and freedom of expression, and they live in a very, very oppressive media environment. And we're trying to bring
I have
them.
been telling to Mr.
I
Richard,
don't know what about you.
You will say?
I don't want you to talk about. But what I'm
we
saying
are
is,
working for democracy organizations, none of them are our customers. For democracy organizations, but one would have a voice, and we provide services to those organizations.
sounds like you provide services to whoever will pay. You're also paid by the Malaysian government, not a
We have never been doing any business with the Malaysian government. We have never received any money from Malaysia whatsoever.
So you have customers, but they do have your equipment, you don't know. You have other customers and you broadcast deliberately on our wavelength,
No.
and then oh, sorry, 5
We have never done
5 megahertz a while, and you were told that you couldn't have the exact wavelength.
We
You've got
are
recordings of
not broadcasting on other stations.
I've got the emails from the Russian authorities. Your name.
It's not true.
What the Russian authorities are lying?
If you think you have evidence, give it to me.
I will be. So basically, you think that Germany has wrong, yeah?
Germany is wrong. It's not allowed according to international laws. And if that happens, there's only one organization, one institution that deals with the IPU.
So, are you sorry for the people that the regular Israel is being constantly jammed at the moment by children?
I do not know. I do not know.
I do.
I do not know.
So I asked you, are you sorry that this happened?
Well, jamming in any way is not permitted by international law. So that's the short answer to your question.
It's not the first time that you're jamming on your business, is it?
We are not jamming. We have never been jamming any radio station.
Okay, so when I share the email, what are you going to do about it? When I publish the email, what is your response? I'm coming
If you believe that you need to publish whatever, feel free to do so.
Great, we will. I guess can I take a photograph of you for my blog?
No. I don't want you to publish any photos of me without my permission, okay? I don't give you permission to take pictures, okay? And I don't give you permission to broadcast any content, to make any content public. No. You have heard what I said. I do not give you permission.
You stop jamming my radio station, I'd be happy to stop.
I'm not jamming any radio station, okay? And I don't give you the permission to use any recordings of me, my person, no comment. photo, not on video, anything, okay?
Thank you very
No,
much.
Miss.
Carew Castle, confronting Ludo Mace, the alleged jammer of Radio Free Sarawak's programs. Now, to find out more information on this story and updates on it, you can find it all at radiofreesarawak.org. That's radiofreesarawak.org. To listen to Radio Free Sarawak,